So Trump's right-hand woman, Kellyanne Conway, tweeted about his official victory yesterday since Michigan finally finished counting their ballots and they made it official. So Trump ended up getting 306 electoral votes. That's, what 2 days after the election, you already knew that he was up in Michigan and it looked like he was going to hold that. So I assumed it was going to be 306 anyway, but it was made official yesterday. So she said 306, landslide, blowout, historic on Twitter. Now, here's the thing about the internet. They don't fuck around. The internet misses nothing. You can't get away with anything on the internet if you're not, 100% correct with it. So people, respond to that and they went after it. They're like, actually, that's factually wrong. And Nate Silver weighed in and he said, actually, way below average for a winner's total. And then he laid it out here. In 1984, 525 electoral votes won. Jesus, 525. Good googly moogly. 489 in 1980. In 1988, 426. In 1996, 379. In 1992, 370. In 2008, 365. 2012, 332. 2016, that's of course this year, 306. And then the only ones that were less in modern history, 2004, so the John Kerry election, 286, and in 2000, the Gore election with 271. So not only is it not a landslide, it is below average for winners. So as far as winners go, you're on the lower end of how much winners get. Now look, he still won, so she should be doing the little end zone dance. I'm totally cool with that. But it's just not true to say a landslide, blowout, historic. But here's the most important point. Here's why she's saying it. Because she wants to argue, and Trump wants to argue, and Pence and the rest of the team, they want to go out there to the media and say, we have a mandate. So I'm going to need you to step aside and let us do whatever we want and not make a peep. Thank you very much. That's what they're setting up here. That's what they're laying the groundwork for. And interesting, so you're going to bring up the 306 electoral votes, but you're not bringing up the fact that Hillary Clinton is leading by over 2 million popular votes. 2 million. Now, everybody knows I'm no fan of Hillary Clinton. I'm no fan of Donald Trump either. But 2 million fucking votes more than the other guy. If anything, the mandate goes in the other direction. It's the biggest mandate for a loser that there's ever been. So, don't buy the nonsense, because they're going to say it. They're going to come out and say it. They're going to say, look, the American people spoke, 306 electoral votes. It's a mandate. It's a mandate. We get to do what we want, and if the Democrats block it or if other Republicans block it, not okay, we're going to come after them. Oh boy. I've always said on these issues, the best thing to do, go to the specific policy goals, the specific policies they're pushing for, and go, case by case. So if Trump goes up there and says, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lower wages. As, by the way, they already indicated they will do, because Obama with the overtime rules, remember, he made it so that people making under $47,000 get overtime by law. It used to be $23,000. That was an executive order of his, a great one. They say, well, look, if the court doesn't slap it down, we're going to slap it down. So if he wants to lower wages, well, then, no, you don't have a fucking mandate for that, because go specifically to the numbers. So, for example, when it comes to the minimum wage, 80% of the American people say raise it. So if you come along and say, I want to lower wages, well, no, you're wrong. They may have elected you, but they elected you despite that because the numbers show they're in favor of that. And again, the list goes on and on. You have 58% of the American people want to legalize marijuana. If Donald Trump and his fucking idiot boy Jeff Sessions, who he wants for attorney general, if they crack down, which they almost certainly will, on weed, well, you don't have a fucking mandate for that. In fact, it's the opposite. You were elected despite your shitty fucking position and your appointments on the issue of marijuana, because the overwhelming majority of the American people say we're for it. So here's what's going to happen. Where we agree with you, if you're a liberal, where we agree with you, okay, then we're going to work with you. Just like Bernie Sanders said, you want to do an infrastructure bill, let's do an infrastructure bill. You want to block TPP, let's block TPP. You want to protect Social Security and Medicare, I have my doubts that you'll do it because of some of your appointments who are privatizers of those programs. But you said you want to save it. Okay, you want to save it? You want to not cut it? You want to maybe expand it? we'll work with you, and I'll do it with a fucking smile on my face. That's real bipartisanship. That's intelligent bipartisanship. But if you want to, go do unpopular things and claim to have a mandate, my foot is going to meet the inside of your ass. I say things very artfully, I know. So just understand what they're setting up here, because that's the goal with Kellyanne Conway. 306, landslide, blowout, historic. Okay, now everybody step aside and let us do whatever we want, even if it's horrific. No. Don't step aside. The other person got over 2 million more popular votes. So that alone destroys your fucking mandate. But furthermore, again, you got to go issue by issue. And if you claim to have a mandate on an issue where the American people say fuck off, well, we're going to tell you to fuck off too.